So after a very long summer, I'm finally back to uni and I'm going to be filming some clips of the first week back in my final year. Monday and Tuesday we just had welcome back talks, so I didn't film anything. This is me on Wednesday, just in my space for the first time, priming some canvases. I think I've lost the brush that I usually would use for this, so I've got this tiny brush. As you can see, it was very tedious and it actually broke like halfway through, so I did go and buy a new one. I'm gonna be pretty much solely doing a voiceover for this just because it gets very loud in the studios and you wouldn't really be able to hear me talk over everyone. This is my desk and my locker and just all of the supplies that I bought in and the first painting that I've been doing this week. Here's a little look at everything I've got in my locker. It's not very organised. And everyone else's studios around me. And I bought this big sheet of plastic in the art shop and a nice palette knife so I can finally start mixing my colours properly. And my old palette was just completely, it was completely dead. So here's a little bit of me mixing the colours. And it is so much nicer to do it this way and have all your colours mixed and ready. I don't know how I wasn't doing this before. These last couple of years I really haven't focused on technique enough, so that is one of my big aims for this year to focus on. In the evening I went to the St. Peter's Library just to print out some photos for references, and I looked at the new module information which had just gone up on my studies. And it was very quiet in there, so it was nice just to get some stuff done. I did some personal stuff as well. And then I just did my daily writing in my journal. On Thursday when I woke up it was super rainy, so I just lit a candle and got cozy and started off the day nice and slow. This year I don't actually have any morning lectures, I don't think, which is so nice because I can just go in on my own time. Trying to remember to use my essential oils in the morning as well to help me wake up, since I'm no longer drinking coffee first thing in the morning. I found a simple lymphatic drainage video which I've been doing in the mornings as well. I will link it down below if you want to follow. Then I ran myself a bath with my book and just read in the bath, which is my favourite thing to do. Finally at the studio, I think this was like 11 a.m. or something, just setting up my palette for the day. Please ignore my ugly painting clothes. I've learned to come in dressed as however I want and then change into clothes that I can get paint on. I did some random sketching and I put up a bunch of hooks for like my bags and also for my paintings. I started mixing all the colours for a small oil on wood board painting of me and my rabbit. This isn't my usual technique, but I was just kind of putting it straight onto the board with the palette knife to get like a good thick layer of paint and then kind of spreading it out afterwards. It's just experimentation. And here is that progressing a little bit. Then, because I like to work on multiple things at once, I started this complete other painting and very different technique too. I was using like a very layer of oils, so that's just a lot less paint to linseed oil ratio to do kind of just like the first layer, the background. And since it's taken me like 2 weeks to get around to filming this, I have actually finished this now and it's up on my art Instagram if you want to go check it out. I've had some really great feedback and my friend that I was doing it for as a surprise, she really likes it too. And I don't think it's that interesting to like just watch me doing this part of the painting, so I'll do like a little time lapse. By the way, I do have a bit of a cough, so, you know, if my voice sounds weird in this, then that's why. Here is another random angle. I have not very many places to pop my phone up in the studio, so I might need to get like a stand for my phone or something so I can take better videos. I really liked the way that it was looking at this stage, so I'm going to try and do some more paintings which are just like the underpainting layer, and maybe painting the same image over and over again so I have different versions of the same photograph. And then I came into the studio just for a couple of hours on Saturday. No one was around, but when I get stuck into a painting, I can't stop thinking about it until it's finished. Because I haven't made any canvases recently, I was just using some primer on like sketchbook paper to make it suitable for oils so that I can do some smaller paintings and just get some ideas down. It's kind of doodling. I couldn't really think of anything to actually do, so I'm just gonna use this as like a background for something probably. I'm waiting for these to dry. I know I didn't really film that much. I didn't film anything outside of the studio, so this probably wasn't the most interesting vlog, but there'll be a lot more stuff going on soon and I will make sure to film it. But it was a really great first week back. I'm so glad to be just painting every day again, seeing my friends every day again, and I think it's going to be a really, really good year.